You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 162. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
I'm Jeff Barnard, an insane self-acclaimed deity.
Wow.
You had no idea, did you?
No. Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can check out this show, plus several other cool podcasts like the all-new Anti-Fanboy, Feed It Comics, and Ultimate Facepalm at rhymeswithgeek.com. Comic Reflections is also a part of BackIssueHeroes.com, the home of classic comics on the web. If you enjoy our show, please subscribe to us on either iTunes or Stitcher. Sometimes my elevator speech is just rough, especially I think the first one of the session, because we record these 2 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking about that on the episode I did last week with Spencer too.
Okay.
So
we're not live, are we?
Yeah, I'm recording right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my
What, you think
God.
I was just warming up?
No, I thought you had paused it.
No. Sometimes a little of this self-aware talk is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun radio, so
sometimes it's not. No, it's fine.
Folks, you should see the ear-to-ear smile that Jeff has got right now. So, so the book we're going to talk about for this episode is Tarzan, number 234, and it's a 100-page super spectacular. One of these great things the DC did in the 70s. I love these.
Yeah.
They are fun.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the lead feature. It's Tarzan and the Lion Man. And it's part 4. It's the conclusion of that story arc. And what I always feel like if you're going to read one part of a comic book story, that's a multi-part story, the last issue is the one.
Although it can be confusing, and it's definitely a bunch of stuff that's happened here.
Yeah, I would like to have read the other stuff, but if I just have this, I don't have a cliffhanger, I get some resolution, it's okay, But anyway, written and, adapted, I should say, from the Edgar Rice Burroughs novel, Tarzan and the Lion Man, and with art by Joe Kubert, and it's spectacular.
The only Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan book I read was the original Tarzan.
Oh, Tarzan of the Apes?
Yeah. So I have no idea if this has anything to do with what the book has, but I mean,
there are 24 Tarzan books, and Tarzan and the Lion Man is one of them. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, there are 8 men, which are apes who talk like English lords.
Okay.
There are men apes who are men who talk like apes.
Like Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Oh, man. It is beautiful, though. Kubert, all his people are really thin and gnarly looking.
Yeah. No, Kubert's people are very sinewy and very lean, but lots of great musculature. He was great. I mean, and the guy worked from his teens into his 80s in comics, and which is huge. And even in his later years, he was still getting better, and he was great when he was young. Joe Kubert, definitely one of the masters of the comic book art form. So
it's kind of timeless looking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tarzan's fighting the man ape, and who's blonde. I guess. I don't know, who's the Lion Man?
I thought that was the blonde guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Okay.
It may have been someone before, or maybe that's the name of the movie they're making. I think that's what the name of the movie they're making.
Okay. So there's a film crew element to this story.
Yeah. Okay. So he's fighting Blondie here, who is after this red-haired girl.
Yeah.
And there's this other.
She's a wild woman.
Yeah, she's a woman ape, and she talks like an ape, but she's all woman.
Yeah, she's got crazy hair, but she's another beautiful babe.
Who is? Let's see. She's got those streaks of white in her. I don't know. It's Josie and Pussycats. The enemy, or frenemy, had a streak of white hair.
Oh, I don't
saw Josie and the Pussycats.
It's been a very long time.
Same hair. I can't think of her name, but. Yeah, but she's the one in Jason Pussycats when he had 1. She has 2. Looks like a skunk, actually.
Yeah, well, that's weird. Well, if she's living in the jungle, she probably doesn't smell too good. So,
Man, there's all kinds of stuff that happened beforehand. They're filming a movie in the jungle. Tarzan finds this guy, Stanley Obrowski, who's the director, but looks exactly like Tarzan.
who'da thunk it?
Yeah, and he and Naomi, honestly, Rhonda Terry,
Hmm.
who is the redheaded starlet, they're captured by eight. Let's see, captured by Arabs, and then the ape
Wow.
god attacks them, and then it's King Henry wants to make Rhonda his queen, and but it ended because they were in the forest of the mutants. So that's the backstory.
Okay.
Yikes! All right.
So Tarzan fights the lion man, and they're like falling through the trees, fighting like crazy.
Yeah, and the vine breaks. Something you rarely see in Tarzan movies. He's on a vine and it breaks.
You would think it would break like almost every time.
Or maybe Tarzan is a good judge of vines.
That's a good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah. So the vine breaks, and Tarzan falls on the Blondie here, the bad guy.
And he dies. The bad guy dies.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
So
Yeah.
so the girl ape, she likes Tarzan, so she falls in love, and they find the starlet, and they have some adventures, find a bunch of diamonds, which we don't see. Tarzan says, "Oh, just take a few, and let's leave," and nothing's ever mentioned of it again, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. And they catch up with the film crew
Who thinks that Tarzan is the director?
and star.
Yeah.
And so they finish up the movie, and they say, "Oh, Tarzan, you're gonna, or whoever they think he is, you're gonna be a big star." Da da da. Then Tarzan goes back to where the real guy was. He was like he had been sick in the jungle, and finds him dead, and then switches places with himself so he can go back to his own thing. And they're all sad.
Yeah.
In the meantime, while they're finishing the movie, Tarzan rescues the starlet from this giant crocodile.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
kills
cool.
it, breaks its neck. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's good filming there.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that.
Right?
Yeah. Although, I've watched Tarzan movies. They're okay.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think I've watched it. Other than maybe I saw part of like Greystoke, the one from the 80s.
yeah, that was boring. Johnny Weissmuller was great. I think he invented the Tarzan yell,
Oh, yeah.
which I will not attempt.
The Carol Burnett Tarzan. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. The one she made famouser.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Everyone's sad that the director has died, but he kind of died a hero even though he didn't do anything. And then Tarzan goes back and does his own thing. And it was his way to ditch the wild woman, too.
Right, and she becomes an actress, and her English gets better.
Of course.
And it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And all right, not a pretty cool story. I wish I'd read the first half.
The first 3 parts.
3 parts. Excuse me.
Yeah. Me too.
A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. So these 100-page super spectaculars, they have many backups, and most of them are reprints, but and there used to be 1 or 2 new features if you're lucky. Here's a reprint. Oh boy, this is it's a Detective Chimp story. It's my first and only Detective Chimp story I've ever read. This story is called A Whistle for Bobo. It's a reprint from The Adventures of Rex the Wonder Dog, number 27 from 1956. It was written by John Broome with art by Carmine Infantino.
Yeah. Detective Chimp's owner looks like he's a real person. You know how they draw a real person and looks different from everything else in
Yeah.
It has that look, but I'm not sure who it could be.
It could have been just a friend of Carmine Infantino's who served as the model for it. I don't know if he worked from photographs or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a little bit more detail on real people or something. And you just tell, oh, this is a real person.
Yeah, and it's the 50s. It's like, Carmine Infantino is really, it's like he's at the top of his game, really. 50s and 60s were good for that guy. A Detective Chimp is a dumb idea, but
Yeah, I do like the way the chimp is drawn. It's very European looking.
Yeah,
He kind of doesn't belong in the in this comic. He looks way different.
yeah,
Oh, chimpanzees are super dangerous.
yeah.
Have we talked about this before?
I don't know if we have.
Yeah,
Remember
but
that gal a few years ago who a chimpanzee broke off all her fingers and ate her face?
yeah,
Horrible.
yeah, they're vicious. So they're always causing trouble in the Tarzan movies.
When they were making the movies?
Yeah,
Sure.
and
No, people think they're cute, and no, I wouldn't want to go anywhere near a chimp.
nope. Okay. All right. So the chimpanzee wants some cereal. He's at the breakfast table, and he pours out the cereal and gets a whistle and drives the owner crazy. So the chimp wants to become a policeman, so he helps somebody across the street and he directs traffic. Hilarity ensues.
Yeah, and he's blowing his whistle.
Yeah. But one of the people in the car as he stops are crooks.
Oh,
And he looks inside and sees money. Like, the crooks are going to have their money hanging out. Oh, I don't know. Crooks are kind of stupid usually. So,
sometimes.
yeah. So, Detective Chimp follows him on a bike and he's blowing the whistle. And the bad guys shoot at him, but being a chimpanzee, apparently cannot be hit by guns.
Well, can you imagine a kid in 1956 reading a movie? They shot the chimp,
Yeah.
Even if they winged him, it'd be like crazy.
Oh, it would make my heart glad.
Oh, man.
Oh. So, Bobo, is that his name?
Yeah, Bobo is the name of the detective.
Yeah, Bobo makes a boo-boo earlier. That's okay. But, so, he wants to freak out the thieves. So he runs around blowing the whistle and out of eyesight. So to make them think there's a bunch of cops after him. Of course, cops when they're chasing a criminal will blow a whistle. Right?
Sure.
I think only in England. So
Sure. Because the Bobbies don't carry guns.
yeah. So so Bobo's owner comes up and the bad guys surrender to him. They think there's a bunch of cops, but they're not. It's just Bobo, the chimp with a whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And so, let's see. The express company, which was the victim of the robbery, buys Bobo a bunch of whistles, and everybody's happy. So, even the owner. Okay.
So the next story we have is another. So what's your takeaway from Detective Chimp, Jeff?
It sucks.
Well, this is a cooler story. The next one is it's a Congo Bill story, and Congo Bill was a backup feature in Action Comics for a long time. In fact, he was so popular, or he's popular enough, he got his own movie serial back in the 40s.
Yeah, and mainly it showed him working for Mad King Leopold and beating the Congolese natives to produce rubber.
I don't think that's really what happened with Congo Bill.
No, it happened in the Congo, though. In the Congo,
Yeah.
Belgian Congo was the Holocaust before the Holocaust. It was just really awful. And just odd that they would name someone Congo.
Jonas Salk experimented on human beings in the Belgian Congo.
That was after the bad time, I think.
Well, that was still a bad time, but yeah.
I don't know. You wouldn't call someone Auschwitz Joe or something. It's just really, at the time, Congo had a bad connotation.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, like you think of the wildest, darkest Africa, you think of the Congo.
Yeah.
So the most untamed.
Mm-hmm. The name does sing, though.
Congo?
Congo Bill.
Oh, Congo Bill. Oh, yeah, that's great. And later, Congo Bill would get that magic ring, and he would switch places with the golden gorilla, and he'd become the Congorilla. He'd put his mind.
I forgot about that.
You forgot about that?
Oh God!
But he would switch his mind with the golden gorilla, and he would become the Congorilla. But anyway, this story, which is called "The Man-Eater of Mandalao," which is a reprint from Action Comics number 176, and it from 1953. No credit on the writer, but art by John Small.
Man-Eater Mandalao is a reference to the real life event of man-eaters of Savo, which a two tigers killed either 35 to 100 people, and
Wow.
somebody came in and shot them. So, but there's a movie, and it's in books and movies and all this stuff, but it actually happened. People just don't know how many people the tigers killed. And the tigers ended up dead and stuffed in Chicago Museum.
Wow.
So, you can see them today.
Cool.
Yeah.
In Chicago. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
All right. Yeah. Comics don't exist in a vacuum.
That's good. I'm glad they don't.
Yeah.
Because
culture flows downhill and it
oh,
catches all kinds of stuff. And I'm not downhill isn't bad, but it just.
well, I think it's good. I love reading comics, old comics, and seeing what's part of the cultural zeitgeist and what's informing these stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. So
yeah. I guess comics today would be referencing TV or something, or movies, or latest internet meme, which I like internet memes, but
yeah,
not for very long.
I don't know. I like to read pre-internet comics. I have to say, more.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because the internet changed the cultural landscape forever, until bad stuff happens to us. But
yeah. But yeah, the common culture this time when this is written, I'm not sure when.
I said 1953.
Okay. The kids knew of the man-eaters of Salvo, and they knew about the Congo, and it was just common knowledge.
Well, and jungle stuff was still a fascination. Jungle comics was a genre in the gold and silver age.
Movies, and just huge. And I remember watching the Tarzan TV show, and it's just odd. This intelligent male would go around half naked. It's just, put a shirt on, guy. Crying out loud. So,
right.
Aren't you worried about getting skin cancer or stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So,
Congo Bill is fully dressed. Okay, so.
And he wears jodhpurs too.
Ooh, I love jodhpurs.
I know,
Man,
right?
I want to wear them now.
Do it.
No, I look like Eric von Stronheim.
What's wrong with that?
Women wear boots, they look like Nancy Sinatra. Men wear boots, they look like a Nazi. So
okay.
Those kind of boots. Anyway.
Right.
Oh, so
and you can't wear jodhpurs without those kind of boots.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wear them with clown shoes, I guess, but it wouldn't work.
Okay.
All right. So Congo Bill makes a friend with a lion. Okay.
A tiger.
A tiger, excuse me. Oh, same difference. This is a big, mean cat. No, I know it's a huge difference. So, then he hears that his friend the tiger is killing people. So he comes and also at the same time he's after these what are they? They're some kind of trackers or something. They're ivory hunters or something.
Yeah.
So the ivory hunters know that Congo Bill is after them. So they get an identical tiger to his buddy. It looks identical, but be vicious and mean.
Yeah.
And they let it loose, and it doesn't fool them because Congo Bill knows that it's not the same tiger because it's an older tiger because his whiskers are longer.
Oh, okay.
And that's about it. So the tiger eats the guys. No, they don't eat them. They surrender. But that's about it.
Okay.
It's really kind of not the greatest story ever told. So
okay.
Might be.
We'd need Max von Sydow for that.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, not great. I wrote down the next page. Oh, the next article is named Duke, but it wasn't. It was an ad.
Right.
So Duke, the super action dog, does canyon slides, and he looks through a periscope, and he's got a rescue unit with emergency light, portable rescue beam, wrench, and harness. Yeah.
You would never see this toy now. Like, wow, the dog, that's so cool. But it's a different time because you think, like, wow, the Wonder Dog, like, how neat.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a toy from Kenner.
I
And
never heard of this, so. But looking through the
I
periscope
have because I've
is
seen the ad before.
hilarious.
Oh, a dog looking through a Paragos? Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
so,
okay.
so here's our next reprint.
Oh, God.
It's called I Was a Jungle Ringmaster, and it's a reprint from My Greatest Adventure #5. That's right, from 1955, and no credit on the writer, but art by John Prentice.
Okay. Our hero wants to be a animal trainer, but he's afraid of panthers. And tigers and lions don't bug him, but panthers, ooh. I don't understand it. So he's afraid of them, so he has to look for another job, and the luck will have it, Pearl Harbor happens. So he gets,
Good.
he gets to become a, let's see,
Like a pilot or something.
yeah, he is flying a dive bomber, looks like.
And he and his buddy both served together, of
Mhm.
course.
It happened, but it's at the same frequency as hen's teeth. But
Do
yeah,
you want to explain to me what hen's teeth are?
something so rare that
Oh, okay.
it's about as common as hen's teeth. Sort of
Oh.
because it's. I don't think there's really such a thing. So.
Oh, because they don't have teeth; they have
Right.
beaks. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
No,
So
and
anyway-
knowing is half the.
The other half is violence.
Yeah.
So they get shot down over the South Pacific, and
Luckily, a circus ship had sunk nearby, and the animals were on the island.
of course,
So, in a way that I don't understand, they're going to use the animals, the tigers, and oh no, there's a panther. Can he make the panther do what he wants to do? Oh no! Oh my goodness!
I wish they could pick up your hand gestures. The mic.
no.
Could...
Oh, they can imagine it. Use your imagination.
Jeff is really good with gestures. They're excellent.
I'm a doctor. I must be part Italian. I don't know. There's a DC comic house ad. Yay! Sergeant Rock and Detective Comics, Superman Family, which is my favorite. Young Love, which is not. Tarzan. Oh, this is. It has the cover to what we are reading.
Yeah.
That rarely happens.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, this is a house ad for the 100-page Super Spectacular. So you got House of Mystery, Brave and the Bold. Yeah.
They put Detective Chimp on the cover.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? Because DC knew that whenever an ape was on the cover, the sales went up.
Okay.
An ape or a baby?
A baby?
I don't know why. That's why they had Super Baby.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that works in regular magazines, but I didn't know comic books. Maybe, their mother, hey, you like this? It has a baby on it. So
Oh, how cute. Yeah.
yeah.
Who knows? And I don't know the real science behind it. But yeah. This is Sergeant Rock one too. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love house ads. They're great.
Yeah, they are. Alright, so he trains them, and they do something. I guess all they do is scare Japanese sailors. So
Yeah.
that's what they're... But they're... I don't know why they have to go across the rope. There should be a gangplank on that. If you're tied up... If a boat is tied up to a dock, there's usually a gangplank so you can walk across it.
Right.
Now, maybe it's different in the Japanese Navy, but you have to carry supplies, and
Right.
wounded people off, and
But anyway, it's a pretty clever trick to like use trained cats to like scare off these Japanese guys and then steal their boat so they can get away,
yeah,
get home.
yeah. But luckily, he not only does he know how to fly an airplane, but he also knows how to pilot a ship. And I don't.
It's
I
a
couldn't
small
get
boat. You could figure it out.
maybe.
Or
They're
maybe it's
more,
not hard.
maybe not, but I don't know if I could. I would probably sink a racing. I'm not a. I mean, just a regular outboard motorboat, and
Sure.
there's probably a lot of stuff you got to figure out on that. Something small,
But
but
here's
this
the
was.
thing: this in his what 8-page comic story or less.
Mhm.
We don't know. We didn't see his whole life. Maybe he grew up on boats,
Yeah, maybe
and
so.
it's also a comic book.
Oh, I care.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we got Tarzan's Animal Facts, series of nature studies. Yeah, it's kind of. I didn't know a black leopard does have spots. Interesting.
I didn't know that either. Oh yeah, it's a 1-page filler about animals and stuff. Hey, edumacation, that's good.
Yeah, I hate education.
Oh, okay.
All right, here's a goodie.
Oh, this is great. This is called Thunder Lizard. It's another Tarzan story, and this is a reprint from the Tarzan comic strip, and it reprints the Sundays, because comic strips would have a Sunday, like a weekly, that was its own story, and then the dailies on Monday through Friday had their own serialized adventure. So this is the Sundays from January 28th, 1969 to April 11th, 1969. And this was written and drawn by the great Russ Manning of Magnus Robot Fighter fame. Although, I mean, he's most famous for doing Tarzan, but that was his other major work.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Pretty cool. Tarzan's coming home and he sees a Tyrannosaurus Rex being attacked by a rhino, and cool fight.
Yeah.
Rhino loses.
Yeah.
Decent Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's not like the modern one, but hey, this is
It
what
looks
they knew.
great.
Yeah. We'll see him again.
Yes.
So he comes back. Oh, the village is destroyed. What's going on? So he hears gunfire. He goes to this farm, and they're trying to defend themselves against these attackers.
Mm-hmm.
And the attackers have a cannon. Looks like a World War I cannon. It's probably 75 millimeter.
Sure.
Pretty big. The jungle is very hard to get through.
Yeah.
And
You need a cannon.
that is very good. Oh. And so they're going to shoot the cannon at the farmhouse. Tarzan stops it, messes up the cannon. And then he gets... Oh, here we go again. He has the bad guys, the leader of the bad guys. He brings them up, he goes and he hits a vine, and the vine breaks. Again, happens twice.
Well, it would probably happen a lot. Vines aren't that sturdy.
I know, but it's kind of cool that it does.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it in the show, so
Right.
on the movies. So Tarzan gets knocked out this time. So he's captured, and so they make the farm people surrender. So what we have here, this is great. The bad guy is a socialist. He's trying to free the natives from Tarzan, who is, I guess, an overlord.
Well, he's really a Soviet socialist type because he wants to be the ruler
right.
/ liberator.
Mm-hmm.
But he's mistakenly under the impression that the natives were enslaved to Tarzan. It's just not true.
Yeah. Or he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Irrespective of political beliefs, a lot of people, when you have a hammer, every problem looks like a nail.
Yeah.
And his hammer is socialism.
Sure.
And everything seems to be solved by his worldview. And in this case, not. But he does have a cool knife hanging around his neck.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So,
But the guy also wants to pave the jungle and make it modern, and so I don't know if he's necessarily a socialist.
yeah, he's a socialist.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. A corrupt one. Granted. So he's haranguing the natives and saying, "Hey, we're going to bring out really great." And the natives ain't having it. So, we got what we want. Okay, very cool, like we are. So,
Yeah.
And That makes him mad, so he's going to have them all shot. So, great. That's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one way to quell an uprising.
Yeah, indeed it is. So they put Tarzan on trial because Tarzan is I don't know. He supposedly he thinks Tarzan is getting rich and all that stuff. And Tarzan, someone lets loose that Tarzan has a lot of money stashed somewhere.
Yeah, well, because he's Lord Greystoke.
Yeah, and I think he knows where a diamond mine or something
Sure.
like that is. Oh, we have another house ad.
Oh, yeah, and this is all for those Treasury editions.
Mm-hmm.
They've got reprints of Action Comics #1, Detective Comics number 27, and so on. Whiz Comics #2,
Yeah.
Sensation Comics #1.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, sharp-eared listeners will know exactly whose first appearances those are.
Okay.
Yeah, but also new and original material as well.
Yeah.
So
Pretty neat, Steve.
pretty neat. There's a Tarzan one as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So everyone's rooting for Tarzan, and then they bring on this witch doctor who is wearing the weirdest hat ever. But I think
and you don't even see his face. Yeah.
You can't tell which way he's looking. So
Yeah.
it is awesome.
Yeah. And what's up with the witch? He's just wicked and
Oh, he was fake. Tarzan showed he was fake, and he's nursing a grudge.
So anyway, while this mock trial's going on, Tarzan breaks loose.
Yeah, because his girl is about to be raped by the socialists. And
Is it Jane?
I don't know. Oh,
Maybe it was just another girl.
Yeah. No, Tarzan seems sweet on it. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
So there's a fight, and Tarzan gets a drop on him,
yeah.
and he gives up, and then Deus Ex Machina.
The T-Rex shows back up.
Right.
Remember him
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning of the story?
And it's really cool because they show the porch and his head's over it, and I don't know, that's just cool.
It is great.
And the T-Rex chases and fights, and another there's about 3 or 4 pages of T-Rex kicking butt.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them. It looks like, or is this
That's like a montage.
Oh,
it's
montage.
just one. Okay.
Okay. They all go in a house with this grass roof, and the dinosaur steps on the house, and it's awesome. It's just really, oh man. So Tarzan gets the idea. I'll use that cannon I messed up earlier. So he gets a horse. I guess it's a light cannon because 2 horses can carry it. And
they're pulling it. But
yeah. And he runs away from the T-Rex, which is really, really cool. Oh man, what awesome! Yeah, so he sets up the cannon, he tries to fix it, and he blows up the dinosaur, and it's pretty nifty.
Yeah, it is awesome, and he saves everybody. How cool is that?
Yeah.
I mean, there was like 6 pages of just the T-Rex running amok.
And each of them was comic gold.
Yes. So the next story we have, more reprints, is called I Was a Prisoner in a Human Zoo. This is a reprint from My Greatest Adventure, number 14, from 1957. And no credit on the writer, but art by Ruben Moriera. If I do remember correctly, this story was originally a cover story. So there's a cover that kind of mirrors the splash panel.
Yeah. Okay. Super smart chimp is captured by let's see, a circus. And he finds out the chimp can do everything and can respond to commands. Make me breakfast. And chimp will make breakfast. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I said over easy. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. More onions. Okay. So let's see. And then Chip. Oh no, it's a gorilla, I guess.
Okay.
He talks to the other animals and escapes, and then captures the owner and brings him back to Apeville.
And they fly in a plane.
Yeah. Oh, he makes the other guy. The ape does not fly. Like, he
Right.
doesn't fly the plane. He rides in it.
Yeah.
So he brings him back, and there's these other guys there, and they make him do all these stunts.
Yeah, they make humans perform tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like in a weird circus.
Yeah, and the other apes in the audience are laughing at him. It really ticks them off.
Man, it is against ape law not to do the trick.
Oh. So they figure it out and how to escape. They use throwing your voice. I've never seen anyone do that.
Apparently, it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see that or hear that. I'm so deaf. I probably wouldn't understand it anyway.
Yeah.
So he escapes, and they find out it's uranium that's causing it. So
causing what? The apes to be super intelligent?
Yeah.
Weird.
Or the humans to be super dumb. Yeah, I could use some of that uranium.
So that people get away, and the apes
they turn back to stupid apes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, it's so. I hate blatant moralizing. You can be subtle, but making fun of humans means showing how bad creatures are treated in circuses. I'm not so sure, but it's a little heavy-handed. But
okay. So the last story for this issue and for this episode is another new story. It's not a reprint, and it's Korak, the son of Tarzan, in White Death. This was written by Robert Conagher, with art by the great Alex Nino.
Yeah.
We had an Alex Nino story last week. He wrote the story, The Inheritors, where the people came back to Earth after 2,000 years. That story.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so same artist for that.
It's super well drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Korak, son of Tarzan, and he doesn't have clothes on. What is up with the Tarzan family? They don't have any.
I don't know. And he's in an Arctic setting.
Yeah.
He's got to fight a polar bear like the first thing.
Yeah.
And that looks crazy. This polar bear looks amazing.
Yeah. Korak solves the problem of the rampaging polar bear by bringing him into an ice cave and killing him with icicles. It's pretty cool.
Big icicles. So we see a polar bear impaled on icicles. That happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least here.
Well, that's what I mean. No, it was real. No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is nonfiction.
Yeah.
It's Encyclopedia Britannica. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Korak, I don't know why he's on a raft, why he landed on an iceberg, but he's real sad about it. So
okay.
He's exploring the iceberg, and I see smoke coming out. No, it's Aboriginal people around or cavemen.
Weird.
Yeah. Although, is there a difference between Aboriginal and cavemen? I guess Aboriginal is cavemen living now.
I don't know exactly. I think Aboriginal tends to mean like it's not the same as cavemen. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So
what's the difference? Because cavemen,
folks living primitive in quote unquote modern times, or I don't know. I just think Aboriginal like the Aborigines of Australia. I thought it was specific to them.
No. It's any tribe or any peoples who are not modern.
Okay, well,
I mean,
but they're not
living kind of.
But they're not cavemen if they're not living in caves.
Well, we call them cavemen, but they're not cavemen. Probably, I'm using that to describe prehistoric man.
Okay.
So, if someone is living like a prehistoric man today, he's usually Aboriginal.
Yeah.
But if the cavemen existed from back, that is Aboriginal. So they are Aboriginal. So they're just not going to use that because it's a big word. So.
Oh, okay. But if you called somebody a caveman now, it's kind of derogatory because human beings, even if they're not using technology and they're just kind of living primitively, they're not they're not Neanderthals. Dude,
A French guy who introduced me to my wife on the internet.
he induced you?
Introduced.
Okay.
Yeah, and induced too. So,
Okay.
um, he came by. We went to the Cultured Caveman for lunch.
Okay.
So it's not, and people on the caveman diet as I am. So
You're on the paleo diet?
yes, indeed. So,
Okay. In
um,
6 months, Jeff's gonna have a heart attack.
no, you
Red
haven't-
meat
uh,
and dirt. All
You
right.
need to look at the news this week from the FDA.
Okay.
So, cholesterol's not bad for you anymore.
I heard that on it was either NPR or KBOO.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so these cavemen are living in an iceberg, and they have these frozen mammoths or mastodons. I think mastodons are not as woolly.
Correct.
So
But they have frozen ones and then they're like thawing them out and then eating them.
I guess I don't know, but it looks like he's standing up, like he's in mid trumpeting. And
Well, why would you draw it boringly by like having it flat?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
That's
so-
a common. But icebergs don't last a year. That's the deal. So I guess they were living and the place became an iceberg, I guess.
Mhm.
Or I don't know what happens here. But that's odd. So,
I don't know. It's science fiction, so you know.
yeah, or something. Alright. Korak, or whatever his name is.
It's Korak.
Is it Korak? Okay.
That's boy.
Yeah. He goes down to visit the cavemen. And we'll call them cavemen.
Okay.
And they don't like him. So they throw spears at him. So he's running away and he sees,
Saber-tooth tiger.
yeah, it's pretty cool looking, after this little cave baby.
Yeah.
Horak, being the stand-up guy is, saves the baby, makes friends with the tribe,
Yay.
who promptly die when when the iceberg falls apart.
Oh.
And he just saved a kid and it died. It's kind of super sad. And,
Yeah.
Korak is waiting around, see if anyone survives. No one does. I guess I'm alone now. So he's the original emo. So,
Man, okay.
but super well drawn.
Yeah.
But Korak says, let's see, even a stranger can be your friend.
Wow.
All right. All right. Well, that's it for this time, and I'll see you next time in the funny pages.